Hi everybody watching this back. It is Monday and it's actually Thanksgiving in Canada. So if you are a fellow Canadian watching this today, happy Thanksgiving. This is a live chat. I will be talking to real people. If you're watching the playback, the live chat will be available to read, and feel free to leave comments if you'd like. So apologies if my camera's shaking. Little Miss Lilo's sitting up on the shelf right now. So we're just going to wait for a few people to join, and if you're watching this back, I'm going to take some time to say hi and chat with everybody first before we get started. But as you can probably already tell by the thumbnail, we're going to be doing something a little bit different today. We're going to be doing a Jasmine Becket-Griffith page for her first book, A Fantasy Art Adventure, so I'm super excited about that. A big hello to everybody who's joined. Don't know if y'all are chatting or not, or if my chat's not working. Just give me a minute to refresh. Hi Jody, hi Tracy, thanks for being here. I hope you guys are doing well. Hi Amberly, that's okay, lurk away, thanks for being here. If any of you are from Canada, happy Thanksgiving. If not, I'll try to say happy Thanksgiving next month to everybody in the US too. Hi Robin, thanks for joining. If the camera shakes a little bit, it's because Miss Lilo is getting comfy on the shelf. And yeah, this is your favorite spot. How's everybody doing today? I can tell, Jody, and they're looking awesome. I love how everybody is getting into this challenge. This is probably the most people we've had join a challenge for a long time in the group. So a lot of people won't join the more difficult ones, which I don't really blame them, but it's definitely fun to challenge yourself. So I put up a post on Instagram on whether we should do a Hannah Lynn image or a Jasmine Becket-Griffith image, and everybody on Instagram chose Jasmine. So then I put up a few different pages that I wanted to do, and the one that won the vote on that, this one, and this is Pumpkin Magic. And again, this is from Jasmine's first book, A Fantasy Art Adventure. Hi, Lori. Yes, Amberly, I agree. It is an awesome challenge, and especially a very well-themed challenge for the month, too. So, as always, I'm just going to see what you guys think. It is pretty dark here. So, this is with the light on. Is it better with it off? I'm not too sure either, but let's try with it off for a little bit, and we'll see how the colors are showing up on the page, and then hopefully that'll kind of help decide. I'm not sure what kind of bulb is in the light that I have here, but I should probably try getting some daylight ones, and then maybe it would be a little bit better. The only thing that I'm worried about is because my main light is behind me, it kind of makes this shadow on the page. Hi Vicky, thanks for joining. So I'm a little bit nervous about coloring this page because I absolutely love it, and I don't color in Jasmine's work a lot because she leaves these large open spaces that I never know what to do with. So, I think we've got enough people here. Let's go ahead and dive on in. And I think I am going to keep the light on, just because it'll help with that shadow. You gotta stay still, sweetie. So I think I'm gonna start with the skin first, and I'm going to use my usual skin tones. So I'm gonna grab out Parma Violet, Nectar, Peach, Light Peach, which is somewhere else. I feel like I'm missing one. Parma Violet, Nectar, Peach, Light Peach, and White. Maybe that's it. Just let me check here. Okay, no, that's it. And then plus the colors that I'm going to use for her blush, which are going to be Processed Red and Hot Pink. Apologies if I bumped the camera. I'm just going to grab my pencil sharpener bowl. Oh, thanks, Jody. I sure hope so. Hi, Casey. Thanks for joining, hon. Hope you're doing all right today. I don't think I have. Nope. The only markers I've really ever used, aside from like this child quality, like the Crayola Super Tips and like fine liners and stuff like that, is the Touch 5 markers. So I'm not really much of a marker person. Except for a base. I'm kind of hopeless. I'm definitely a lot easier for me to do pencil work. So I'm just going to grab a few sheets of blank paper to put behind my page. I'm going to try to find ones that are somewhat clean though. Here. Bear with me while I get organized here. Okay. So first I'm going to sharpen my Parma Violet pencil. And then zoom in a little bit. Hi, Pretty Cat. Thanks for joining. Hopefully that's not too close. So I'm going to take my Parma Violet and I'm just going to lightly start putting in some of the shadows on her face. And I'm not going to bother with any marker bases for two reasons. The first being I'm kind of a little bit OCD and having any bleed through in this book would bother me. That and this paper is already a dream to work on with pencils. I don't feel like a marker base is necessary anyways. So how was your guys' weekend? Anybody do anything exciting? We went to my mom's farm yesterday, and she has a little kitten. It's maybe, if I had to guess, I'd say maybe 4 weeks old. She's just a tiny little thing. Super spunky. Definitely too young to be away from her mom yet. They don't know what happened to the mom though. They found her in one of their storage trailers. And she is just a little sweetheart. So we went over there for Thanksgiving supper yesterday, and I got to cuddle with her pretty much the whole day, so that was awesome. Oh, Robin, I'm sorry to hear that. Hi, Kimberly. Hope you're doing well today. Oh, well, that's always fun, Jody. I love being able to see my nieces. I've only got like 6 of them, so my little man is the only boy in the family, child-wise anyways. So unless my brother settles down and has kids one day, probably won't have any nephews. And I don't think my brother's really the kid type, so. Oh, that's exciting, Kimberly. I'm going to guess that that's a movie. I'm not sure I've heard of it. I might have to look into it. And so I've pretty much just gone around pretty much all the lines around her face here. I'm going to go in and I'm going to put a little bit of shadow on the Cupid's bow of her lip coming up to underneath her nose. So it's pretty even. And then the one person that I usually follow along with for skin doing Jasmine Girls is, I can't think of her actual name, but her YouTube channel is Shine Bright Design. I think it's Teo. Teo is her name. And she does absolutely amazing. So what she usually does is she usually creates this little bridged shadow between the girl's eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and try that. So I'm just going to kind of do some light layering, kind of connecting the eyes together. And her face is kind of turned a little bit to the left here. So when I'm connecting the eyes, I'm kind of working at a slightly upward angle. Oh, so you didn't hear what I said, Kimberly? Do you need me to repeat myself? If I can remember what I said. So I think what I said was, I'm going to assume that A Star is Born is a movie. I haven't heard of it, but I'll have to look it up. So now that I'm liking the shadows on her face and I've got them placed in where I want them, I'm going to go back in and just darken up the very edges of the shadows. I'm not really increasing my pencil pressure at all, but I am just going over the area just a few times to really get that color in there. Thanks, Jody. I've been meaning to do them more of like a Halloween theme, but I haven't gotten the time yet, and I actually do really love these ones, so I might just wear them out until they start looking really bad. I'm not sure. So up top here, I pretty much outlined everything, but I'm gonna have to figure out where I want the shadows to be darker. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to imagine that the light source is coming in from the top right corner. So pretty much everything under anything here is going to be pretty shadowed, I would think. So just anything on the bottom, I'm just going to darken up a bit. I think I'm also going to darken up right underneath her eyebrows, and that just kind of makes them look like they stand out a little bit more. What do you guys think for hair color? I was thinking like a really nice reddish colored hair. Actually, I was kind of thinking the same colored hair as my Red Riding Hood girl here. Maybe make it a little bit more red though. Oh, blue hair would be interesting too. I guess I should say, I think for color-wise, like for her clothes and stuff, I want to keep it really Halloween colory, so I'm thinking like purple and yellow clothes for her. And then I'm not really sure of anything else. That's the only thing that I kind of have in my mind right now. So I'll usually start coloring what I know for color-wise, and then I'll just kind of base everything else off of that. I'm just going to come in and start putting some shadows on the rest of her skin. Still using that really light pressure. See, I worry if we did purple hair, maybe it might blend in a little bit with her clothes. Although purple hair would look really good too. We could do purple hair, and then instead of purple clothes, we could do blue and blue clothes with yellow stars, which would look really good too. I wish I had like 10 of this page, and then I'd just color them all differently. Okay, so she's got this really interesting thing going on with her fingers here. I'm not really sure what is finger and what's not. Pretty sure that's finger. What about this bit right here? Do you think that would be the palm of her hand? This little half circle? Oh, no problem, Robin. Okay. Pretty much just going to color that whole bit in then, because it would be fairly shadowed. And apologies if you guys can hear the vacuum. The hubby's home and he is just on a cleaning mission today, so... And under her chin here, I'm pretty much just going to color this in a deep purple. I'm not pushing any harder than I was before, but I'm just going to go over it until it's a little bit darker. And then she'd have a little bit of a shadow underneath her arm here. Maybe a little bit coming around here where her hair is laying over top of her arm. And then I also want it shadowed on this side, but I'm not going to make the shadow as dark, that way it doesn't blend in with the shadow on the other side of her arm. I noticed, I'm pretty sure from the thumbnail, that Dee Dee was coloring in Jasmine Beckett's book today too. Unfortunately, I didn't have the chance to make it over to her stream, so I'll have to rewatch it. I absolutely love how Dee Dee colors these girls. But a little bit of a shadow just in behind this line here. So what are you guys coloring in? I have 3 works in progress on the go now, counting one. I still haven't finished the zombie girl from last stream. I haven't gotten the time to record that. And then of course I'm still working on the Red Riding Hood picture too. So next I'm going to come in with Nectar and, oh, no, okay, that would be part of the wing. Okay, not a finger. So I'm going to come in with the Nectar and I'm just going to lightly go over top of the Parma Violet. And what that's going to do is it's going to kind of neutralize it and turn it to more of like a purplish skin tone color. And it works really great. This is one of my favorite skin tones. And normally I wouldn't burnish with the Nectar, but I think for this page I'm going to, because since I want it to be a night scene, I want her skin to be a little bit darker than I normally would. I know I asked this last time, Jody, but how many pages do you have in that book to do? I know I asked it last time, but I'm not sure I got to see your answer or not. I kind of have the memory of a goldfish sometimes, so I apologize. Okay, this bit with her palm here, I'm going to completely color that in. Just burnished as well. And again, I'm burnishing the very darkest parts of the shadows, and then I'm going to fade up with the Nectar because we'll blend it into the peach. Okay, so that's not too crazy, but it's still going to be quite challenging. I think you'll be able to get it done. My goodness, I absolutely love working on this paper. this is another area here that I've just kind of completely gone over and burnished. And actually, before I start here, I'm going to just come back in with my Parma Violet, and I'm going to really darken up that one shadow here. And then just go over and completely burnish it. Oh, that's right. I forgot you did. You mentioned that last time, and I still think that's absolutely crazy. I don't even think... Let's see here. Let's pull that one out. I don't think I've even finished a page in this one, aside from this one here. This is the only page that I've actually finished in this book. Other than that, I've gone through and I've painted in backgrounds. Oh, I guess I lied. I did one other page. Let's see if I can find it here. Oh, I just passed it. I did the one side of the spider page, and that's about it. But I don't really count that because, you know, that took me like 5 minutes to do. Welcome back, Robin. Well then, Jody, that it definitely works. I definitely need to work more in Kirby's books. I actually think that I'm going to follow along with Sammy's sea turtle page that she did in, I think it was Mythomorphia, because I absolutely love that. And it's not really, I don't really like the page, but Sammy made me want to color it, so I think I'm going to follow along with her, maybe change it up just a little bit with some colors. But some of those pages in there, doing color alongs with other people is probably the only way I'd get them done, and Sammy makes it look so easy, so... Hi Gracelim, I hope I'm saying your name right. Thanks for joining. Okay, we'll move back up to her face. I think one of my favorite things about Jasmine's work is her faces on the girls. I mean, when I first seen some of Jasmine's pictures, I was a little bit creeped out by the eyes, but it definitely grew on me. And now I just can't get over these cute little faces and how big their eyes are. I just absolutely love it. I am actually really excited to do this page. I've been trying to do more of my favorite pages rather than just kind of hoarding them and never touching them. And I'm actually quite enjoying it. Oh, hi sir, what you doing? What are you meowing at me for, huh? Oh, I absolutely love that, Jody. I have it saved on my phone and I'm going to keep the picture of it forever. I don't know, Robin. Because usually I do recordings I've only just recently started live streaming, so I guess if I really feel bad, I probably just wouldn't live stream. I could always, you can always try to force yourself to do things, but I don't know, it's really hard. I would maybe tell yourself that you can have like a reward or something after and try and motivate yourself that way maybe. Thanks, Gracelyn. This is her first book, A Fantasy Art Adventure. I was going to work in her Halloween book, but there was a number of people that said that they didn't have it, so I figured the first book has quite a few Halloween images in it anyways, so we can just work in this one. Oh, thanks, Jody. See, I do the same thing, but then I never want to color them, and then I always feel bad. Because, what if I save them for the rest of my life, and then one day I'm not here anymore, and I didn't color my favorite pages, and the thought of that makes me sad, so I'm not going to go and color all of my favorite pages at once, but one here and there occasionally. It's kind of nice to do. Hi, Modern Colorist. Dev, that's right. Okay, I was going to say, I know your name from seeing you in the chats, but I couldn't remember. I'm going to add that to my name book. Hi, May. Thanks for joining. So is Dev short for something? I'm going to guess like Devin, maybe? Oh, Jody, that's so sweet. We actually had a kid in my school with autism. His name was Harvey, and he'd get so overwhelmed. There was a few of us around him, at least one of us was, to kind of, keep him calm and relaxed during school. We'd always help him out too. He was such a sweet kid. Super funny too, once he got comfortable with you. My goodness, he used to joke around all the time. Oh, I don't know, May. It's just, I see that pretty face of yours and the name just comes to me. Oh, Miss Lilo's moving around. Apologies for the shaking camera. Oh, Devry, that's a neat name. I've never heard that one before. Oh, that's sweet, Robin. I actually find that kids with, I don't really quite know the name for them, but things like autism and another one is Down syndrome. I've met a few kids that have Down syndrome, and they just seem so much more innocent and pure-hearted than just normal people, for lack of a better way to put it. So apologies for this shadow. It's kind of an awkward angle to color these little bits in. Yes, they definitely are. There's definitely pros and cons to anything like that. But in my experience, usually the pros most of the time outweigh the cons. Just going back in on these areas and just trying to create a nicer fade. That way we don't have any harsh blending. And then for this little line here, I'm just going to go really lightly over top of this. I want it to be just kind of a very, kind of more like a silhouette of a shadow rather than an actual shadow itself, if that makes sense. Oh, that's sweet, Robin. Thanks, Deb. I usually try to avoid Jasmine's images because they intimidate me, but they usually turn out okay. So next I'm going to go in with Peach. Again, I apologize if you can hear any loudness in the background. I'm just going to close my door over a little bit. Actually, while I'm over here, I should probably feed my cats. Yeah, hi you. That's what you wanted, huh? Sorry, buddy. I couldn't think of why Stitch was meowing at me. I forgot to check to see if they had food in their bowl this morning. Now he's happy. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the peach now. And even though for the most part the shadows are burnished, I'm just going to come in lightly over top and just kind of blend this color in if I can. So right now I'm using kind of a medium pressure, a little bit firmer than I have been. And I'm going to use that pressure to bring this color out, and then I'm going to start just fading it out. Oh, thanks, Jody. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to stream on Wednesday. Or maybe I'll be able to, but it probably won't be for very long. Maybe like an hour. Just because I have my dentist appointment on Wednesday, and oh my goodness, I'm nervous. Thank you, Amberly. Can I say that I absolutely love your name? I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but there was a show. And now the name just slipped my mind. They discontinued it. I think they only had 2 seasons, but it was absolutely amazing. And one of my favorite characters in it, she was actually the main character too. Her name was Amberly. The other name in it that I really liked was Eritrea. I can't for the life of me. Shannara, that's right, Shannara Chronicles. Thank you. Yes. I was so sad when they discontinued that. Especially like the way they ended the last season of it too. It's just not right. Oh, that's cute, Jody. Well, Rain was laughing at the cats this morning. They have this wet food that they get more as like a treat sometimes. And as soon as they see me grab one of the containers, they both just start howling. And for Lilo, it's fairly normal because she's a very talkative cat. But Stitch, on the other hand, he's usually pretty quiet. We don't hear him meow very often. So it's just super funny when they both just start talking like crazy. Oh, I didn't know there was a book. Maybe I did. I think actually it says that it's based on a book. I'm going to have to see if I can hunt that down. I would definitely read it. What's up, little man?
I want to show something. The 2 shed and died.
Okay, apparently I'm being summoned. I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, come on, quick.
Bye. Hi.
You. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. Little man's been cleaning all his toys up in the basement and he's almost done, so he wanted to show me his progress. I think for the most part, up top here, I'm just going to color this in with the peach. It's not going to be completely burnished, but since the light is coming in from the top left corner, I think we decided, the brim of her hat would be casting quite a little bit of a shadow, so her forehead wouldn't be very light. He is a little sweetheart. It's kind of funny too because my mom had my sister-in-law's little one for a couple weeks there, and she is just a little sweetheart, but she is a hellion. And my mom actually has a cold right now too, so she was actually pretty excited for the little one to be going home. And then I was on the phone with her after she left, and she says to me, she's like, no more kids until next year. And then she goes, well, maybe Carbon, because he's the only one that actually listens. So I'm one proud mama right there. But it's funny, because he don't listen to me. Not usually. But he'll listen to his grandma, which is good. Just gonna go over this little shadowed area again. I'm not gonna completely burnish it, but I'm gonna get this color in there quite a bit. But isn't it how it always goes? Your kids will listen to pretty much everybody but you. Or at least mine will. Okay. Get to work on the rest of her skin down here, I think. I'm not going to put in too much peach down here because I want to leave some room for some highlights. But I would definitely blend it in. I think I'm just going to completely color in this area here behind this little kitty. Definitely want to save a highlight around here, and then I think for the most part her fingers here at the bottom, we'll just color those in. Again, not completely burnished, but we'll come back in with the light peach to burnish them. Technically this wing would probably be covering the light source of her shoulder here, but I'm still going to leave a little bit of a highlight around both the top and the right side or left side of her shoulder. Does anybody else always kind of have to use that trick where you like hold up your fingers to figure out which way is left and right? I think I relied on that so much as a kid that I still kind of have to do it just slightly to figure it out. Thanks, Grayson. I hope your doctor's appointment goes well, hun. Oh, that's smart, Robin. Maybe one way to remember it. I could try doing that too. I've got a scar on my thumb here. Back in grade 1, I was friends with this kid named Michael, and we were watching a movie in class, I think, and we decided to have a scissor fight, which, looking back at it, was definitely not the smartest idea, and I lost because I had to go get stitches. I gave my poor mom a heart attack. Okay, for her fingers here, for the most part, I'm just going to color them all in. Again, not completely burnished, but we got most of the color there. I'm going to try and leave a highlight along her top finger and then here as well. Let's see, where else? I think I'm just going to completely color in her arm here. And then, of course, we're going to save a highlight along this part of her arm. Hi, Snoochie. Thanks for joining. I don't think I've ever seen you here before. Okay, and next we're going to go in with light peach. Just going to blend that in. I'm going to fade it out a little bit near our highlights. I want them to be kind of a whiter color. Also, anywhere else that I didn't quite burnish, I'm going to come back in with the light peach and do so. And then to finish off her skin, I'm going to grab my white, which I need a pencil extender for because it's pretty tiny. You can tell I definitely use both my white and my black quite a bit because this is all I have left of them. So I take my white and I'm just going to pop this in the highlighted areas and just fade it very lightly into the lighter colors. I don't want to bring it in too far because I want to keep our shadows and our more neutral colors the same shade they are. I don't really want to lighten them up any. Okay, and then lastly for skin we have her face, but let's see, I'm gonna go in with my processed red. I'm just gonna very lightly kind of bring this in a little bit, just from right under her eye. I'm gonna fade it out right about here. Using a really, really light pressure. I don't want too much of that color. I want it to be like a really light blush color. I'm not even sure if the camera's picking it up. But then same thing over here. I'm going to pop a little bit of the color in. But since her face is turned, it's not going to be quite so much over here. So I'm only going to put about from kind of the bottom corner of her eye, and I'm going to bring it out to about this last set of lashes here, just the start of them. And then I'm going to switch to the hot pink. I'm going to go over the processed red, and I'm just going to bring this out a little bit. And then I'm going to fade it out just before her lashes stop. I'll do the same thing on this side. Hi Katrina, thanks for joining, hun. I like how you say that, Jody. Yeah, I always feel like I have to put blush on them. It's just not quite the same without. So then I'm going to come in with my light peach, and I'm going to go over top of it and just kind of blend it out a little bit, as well as blending out the rest of our colors. And you probably noticed that I've kind of left her nose a little bit. I'll probably do that after I finish the rest of her skin because I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that yet. So I'm blending in anywhere I think needs to be blended. And then I'm also just really, really lightly going to put just a little bit of this over top of our highlights, just so they're not extremely white. And I'm going to do the same thing on the side. As well as up here. Although for the most part up here it's just going to be colored in with the light peach. But again, I'm going to use this to go over anything that looks like it needs to be blended a little bit more. If it's looking a little bit grainy or anything, this is a great pencil to use because it's kind of soft but firm at the same time. Now I'm using a good pressure in on this shadowed area. And then I'm going to leave that for now and we'll start on her nose, which I think, see, the light's coming in from the top right, actually, not the left, it's the top right. So this side of her nose would be more shadowed. So I'm going to come in with my Parma Violet and I'm just going to shadow the left side and the bottom of her nose a little bit. I'll go in with my Nectar and neutralize that purple color a bit. Okay, to blend that upwards a little bit, I'm going to completely skip the peach and I'm going to go in straight with the light peach. And I'm just going to use that to kind of go over everything, lighten it up just slightly. And then I think I'm also going to grab the Nectar again and I'm just going to bring this in a little bit from the corners of her eyes here on both eyes. I'm going to fade it out a little bit and then just finish that off with the light peach. And then lastly, for all of our highlighted areas, just going to go in with the white and just kind of lightly burnish them and blend into the lighter colors. Okay, so what do you guys think? We have two options that me and Jody have kind of come up with for her clothes. We could either do purple with yellow stars and accents, or like a dark blue with yellow stars and accents. And then whatever color we choose for her clothes, the opposite is going to be her hair. So if her clothes are blue, her hair will be purple. And if her clothes are purple, her hair will be blue. Thanks, Katrina. I just kind of want to get that figured because I'd like to color in her lips and I'm not really sure. Maybe we'll wait on her lips. Hi Nicole, thanks for joining. I hope you're doing well today. Hey sweetie, what's up?
Hi, I need to show you my life dance.
Are you done? You can show me after, okay?
Mommy.
Honey, I was just down there. I know that you finished. You were pretty much done when I was there. Oh, stop it.
I can't wait no more.
He wants me to go look at the basement again.
Well, we'll see it after. We're gonna do a little bit more.
Go up, Daddy. Are you tired today?
No.
Okay.
Why? Yes.
I think someone is tired today. Yeah, I think I'd kind of like both, so I'm not really sure what to do. I think I don't know what I think. We could always start in on the skeletons and think about it. Though I'm a little bit worried about those guys. Again, I'm not sure whether I would do gray or like a yellowish, goldish colored skeleton. Kind of blue hair. Okay. Nicole, what color hair should we do for her? Either blue or purple. So what I'm thinking color-wise is we'll either do blue clothes with yellow accents and then purple hair, or we can do purple clothes with yellow accents and blue hair. Okay, so we've got 2 for blue. One for purple. Hi, Josie. Don't think I said hi to you. Thanks for being here. 2 for blue, 2 for purple. See, I'm on the fence because I know it's gonna look good either way. Okay, 3 for blue hair. Or no, sorry, 3 for purple. Okay, let's do purple hair. So that's what I was thinking, Kimberly. Not like a crazy gold color, but more of like a muted, kind of like aged paper kind of gold color. And then the gold in her clothes will really stand out, but it will still mix well with the skeletons as well. And then I'm thinking we'll do green eyes because that'll go well with her clothes and her hair, and then kind of match the ground. So I'm super excited for this page because everything is going to go super well together with these colors, I think. So I'm just going to quickly write down the colors that we used for her skin, although I probably wouldn't even have to because I use these colors all the time. Hi, Lilo. Okay, bye. She just walks in and walks right back out. Ah, she's cute. I am the exact same way, Jody. That's when I usually ask for help. At least getting some ideas in your head, and then you can kind of somewhat envision it, and then kind of get an idea of what you're going to do. I'm super jealous of those people that can just, you know, look at a picture and know exactly the colors they're going to use for everything. I am definitely not one of those people. So we're doing purple hair, so her clothes are going to be her clothes are going to be blue. So I'd actually like to start on that. And I want like a really deep royal blue color. Sorry, I'm going to bump the camera here for a minute. Or actually, what about this color blue? Maybe not so much the lighter blue here, but I actually kind of like this. And then we could still do the background a really dark blue, which would make those skeletons really pop out, I think. So let's do that. I'm gonna make it a little bit darker though. So I don't really want anything too dark. Maybe let's go with the violet blue, and then that'll kind of match in with her hair a little bit. So we'll grab violet blue Peacock Blue, Aquamarine. What else? We've got Light Aqua. And then, I don't know, I might even pop a little bit of the light green in there too. And then I will grab the powder blue just for burnishing, I think. Yes, I agree. That is one of my favorite combinations. So, let's see here. I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my black and I'm going to bring this in underneath her hat here. Just kind of using a medium pressure for now. Kind of lightening up as I go. But I want to create a really deep shadow here. So I'm going to bring the black about yay far. Go back in here. I'm not going to burnish it or anything, but I really want to get that black color in as far back as we can. And then I'm just going to work around this area until there's a little bit of a better blend here. Or fade, I guess, depending on what you would call it. One second. Okay, and then I'm going to take my violet blue. Oh my goodness, it's like that. It's like a war zone out there. Apologies if you can hear all that. Okay, so I'm taking my violet blue and I'm going to use this to burnish the black. And I'm going to bring this out pretty much as far as we did with the black. Maybe even a little bit farther, and then I'm just going to kind of lighten up on the pressure and fade it out a little bit. Thanks, Jody. It's a little bit chaotic at my house today. So I'm just going to keep working at this area until I'm happy with the color and the fade in it. Just probably right about there. I like that, I think. And then I'm going to switch to the Peacock Blue. I'm just going to pop this in here and kind of bring it over top of that violet blue. Okay, there we go. It's usually like that here every day, but usually Rain is at the shop in the morning, so it's usually just me and Carvin. But Carbon gets this attitude with Rain, and then the two of them bicker, pretty much more like siblings than father and son, so... Okay, so again, our light source is coming in from the right. So, just put my book down a little bit here. So I'm going to start putting in the violet blue. That is what it's called, right? Yes, violet blue. And actually, I'm going to sharpen up first, just because it's giving me a little bit of grief. Okay. So I'm just going to pop this in where it's going to be shadowed. And this is another one of those areas where there's going to be a shadow on both sides. So it's going to be shadowed under here and then also here as well. So what I'm going to do there is I'm going to bring in my black a little bit. And I'm just going to pop it in along here. Fade it out a bit, and that's just going to make this shadow a little bit darker. Wow, Nicole. That is crazy. I mean, I guess for me, looking at my set, my cool grays are definitely the most used out of my grays. My browns are reasonably used. A lot of my lighter greens and lighter blues I use a lot. And then of course my skin tones. Those are getting pretty small. That's probably the same thing here, Jody, actually, now that you say that, because Rain and Carbon are definitely a lot alike. And they butt heads a lot. But Rain is also really bad at, you know, being stern with Carbon. He like lets him off way too easily, and then Carbon tries to walk all over him. And sometimes it works, and then other times Rain just won't have any of it, and then that's when they really butt heads. But I guess with me growing up, it used to be the same thing too. We weren't really scared of my dad, but definitely scared of Mom. Because she would definitely whoop our butts if we weren't behaving. That was always the worst threat. Don't make me get your mother. Oh, that's smart, Nicole. I want to do that. I probably won't be able to do it this year, but hopefully next year I will be able to grab a backup set to keep on hand. Actually, what I think I'm going to do, instead of grabbing a backup set, I think I'm just going to order some singles. I wish I could just go in and get them, but the only place that sells all the colors open stock is a place that's like about 8 hours away from me. Actually, I wasn't even, it's too bad. I should have asked my friend, who's actually there right now, to stop in and grab me some pencils, because he's actually in Edmonton right now, but it's Thanksgiving, so they're not going to be open today. Dang it. Okay, so just put a little bit of a shadow on this side here too. And then I'm going to bring this color in along the bottom here, just a little bit. Hi Tammy, happy Thanksgiving to you too, hun, and to anybody else from Canada. Although Tammy, I think you might be in the US. I can't remember. I hope you're doing well today, hun. Yes, that's right. Yeah, I thought so. Yes, your guys' is in November. I always enjoy having Thanksgiving right around my birthday though, because my mommy made a pumpkin pie just for me to bring home for my birthday. So definitely super excited. Unfortunately, it's Rain's birthday month too, so I have to share with him. Me too. It is my favorite. Oh, I'm gonna have to yell at my mom. She did not make stuffing. Bleh, she didn't make stuffing this year. I never even really thought of it until right now. That's okay. She made a lot of other good food. Plus, we did ham, so that's probably why she didn't make stuffing. So I have this as fairly dark, but I'm going to stop that right around here. So I'm just going to fade this down because this will actually be a little bit of a lighter area. And I think we'll have it dark on this side up to about here. What is your guys' favorite part of Thanksgiving? You know, aside from hanging out with family and all the obvious stuff. My favorite part would definitely be the food, especially pumpkin pie and beer. Because beer is always a necessity at our Thanksgivings. Nicole, my birthday is actually on Friday coming up here on the 12th. So I've actually had my birthday land on Thanksgiving, I think about 3 times in my life. Sometimes my birthday will be on a Monday and it'll be the Thanksgiving Monday. So that's always exciting too. What's up, Mama?
I don't want to say hi to you, Shed.
Okay, can you say hi and then we will play, please?
No, I want to say to my person. Hi. I don't like the pre-toy and the bathroom with Dad. And what are you doing today? What you said?
Thanks, Nicole.
What you said? You said. What you said? What? No, your friend.
Jody says, hey little man, I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good.
He says pretty good. He's a little grumpy today.
Why?
You are. I can hear you being grumpy with Daddy.
That's why you're not proud of me. I don't
Hey,
need it.
being proud of you has nothing to do with that. I'm always proud of you. You know that.
But I don't need it.
I know you're just a little kid, but you don't get to be grumpy with Daddy. Thanks, Tammy.
Yeah, so are you.
So am I what?
I'm not saying anything. What? I paint my nails.
I'm not painting your nails today. Or at least not right now. Maybe later, okay?
Man.
Are you bored?
Yeah, I don't super bored.
Well, what do you want to do?
Well, I don't know. Maybe let's play a board game.
Well, Daddy's cleaning, honey, so... Hi, Kim. Thanks for joining, hun. It's okay, Nicole. I don't mind. I only have him. He's 4 years old. Although he acts like a teenager half the time.
I don't act like teenager.
You do. You have the attitude of a teenager sometimes.
I don't need kid more.
I know. You're just a little kid turkey.
Yeah,
I'm going to take my black, and I just want to make this shadow right underneath here a little bit darker, just along the bottom. So I'm not really going to fade this out very much. No. Go back. Thank you. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to take my violet blue again. Carbon, quiet please. And I'm just going to go back in over top of that black a little bit. Darken up the blue and fade it out. Close the door behind you, please. Or slam it. My goodness. So whenever I'm coloring, I always have this problem. I almost said problem. I always have this problem where I always use too much of the darker colors, I think. Or at least I feel like I do. So I'm going to try not to do that because I want more of the lighter colors for her clothes. Especially the hat. I want the hat to really stand out because it's absolutely adorable. And what do you guys think for this, I don't know, the brim of her hat here? Should that be blue or should that be the same color as the stars? Thanks, Jody. But that's okay, Kim. I think you were actually here last time I streamed, if I'm correct. I don't think you were here for very long, but you were here, so I hope you're starting to feel better. You did mention last time that you were sick too, I think. Yeah, I think so too, Jody. We'll go with that. Okay, so now for the peacock blue. I'm going to sharpen this too. And I'm going to bring this color over top of the violet blue. I'm going to use this color to burnish the shadows, and then I'm going to bring it out a little bit. On this part here, I'll bring it out all the way to the brim. I'm happy to hear that. That is a great feeling. Thanks, Amberly. Thanks for being here. I hope you have a great day or evening wherever you are. Bye. Thanks, Amberly, if you're still here. Yes, leaving a like would be very, very helpful if you haven't already. Okay. These colors didn't blend together as much as I thought they would, but I think I'm still liking how they're looking. I find that some of these blues are really hard to blend. I also feel like a lot of them aren't as pigmented as you would expect too, but I've heard that they are kind of harder to get those perfect blues than a lot of other colors. Thanks, Kim. Okay, I'm just gonna work on the brim of her hat for now. We'll get that finished and then we'll move on to the rest of it. Just because I'm kind of impatient, I want to see how it's gonna look. Oh. So I'm gonna take my aquamarine after I get the tip to stay on it. There we go. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to blend it into those blues. And this is actually a little bit of a softer pencil, probably because it's a little bit more on the green side. So I'm actually just going to use this to go over. Just going to help blend these blues together a little bit. Oh, that's okay, Kim. I don't think you killed the chat. I think there's a few people lurking, and I don't think anybody's super chatty today, maybe. I don't know. I think this is another case where I'm using too many of dark colors and not leaving enough room for the lighter colors. So I'm going to fade this off. Then I'm going to go in with my light aqua. Again, I can apologize, I will apologize if you can hear the vacuum in the background. Like I said at the start of the video, Rain is kind of on a cleaning spree right now. That is very true, May. So I'm going to fade that out there, and then I'm not 100% sure how well this is going to work, but I'm going to come in with the light green. And I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to blend it in over top of the light aqua. Just kind of help blend it in a little bit. Hi, cat lady. Thanks for joining. Have you been here before, or are you a new face? Your name doesn't seem very familiar to me. Thank you for being here. Okay, I think I actually really like that green in there. And that's going to tie the grass in really nice too. Thanks, Nicole. Thanks, Jody. I do too. I was a little bit worried, but I kind of like that because we've got our blues, a little bit of the purple color and the green, and her clothes are pretty much going to tie the whole picture together. Hi, Michelle. I'm not sure if it says, but I will look for you. It's published by Blue Angel Publishing. And let's see if I can get this to show. This is all that it really shows. So if you're really interested, you could probably search up the name of the publishing company and maybe they would have information on the paper. Okay, so we've already got our blue violet up top of the hat, so now we're going to go in with the Peacock Blue. And I'm just going to kind of do the same thing that I did at the bottom part of the hat. Just kind of create a random gradient, not really following any rules here. It is, whatever paper it is, I absolutely love it, and I wish all books were made out of it. Maybe not though, not Hannah's books, because then I probably wouldn't be able to afford them. These ones were kind of a last minute splurge. No problem, Michelle. I know it's not very helpful, but hopefully it'll give you enough information to find out. So, you know, these are parts that I find really hard because I want to do a gradient, but then you also have shadows and then lighter places. So it makes it kind of difficult to figure out where to put colors. So when it comes to shadows and lighting, this hat is probably not going to be very realistic in regards to that, but it'll look pretty, so. Hi Alicia, thanks for joining, hun. I hope you're doing well today. It could be a medium weight paper. I don't really know. I'm not really the paper kind of person. I don't know a lot about paper. I just buy books and color in them. So there's only so much that I could help you with, but maybe there's somebody here who might be able to help you. So this top part here, I really don't want to put in too much of the darker colors. And I think here, just because technically this part of the hat would be facing away from our light source. So it would mostly be in shadow. So I'm just going to bring this blue out a little bit further, I think. Hi Rachel, thanks for joining, hun. I hope you're doing wonderful today. Did anybody catch Dee Dee's stream this morning? I'm just curious as to what Jasmine girl she colored. I do plan on going and watching for myself, but... Okay, and this little spot here is just kind of bugging me because it's just a little too rounded, I think. So I'm just going to try and fix that a little bit, just so it doesn't look so, I don't know, perfect. It's like that perfect round that kind of bothers me. I don't know why. Okay. Which one did she color, May? Or Robin, whoever gets there first. Okay, and then I'm going to take my aquamarine and we'll start blending this in. And I'm actually, this is getting kind of small. Oops, sorry, really bumped the camera there. Sorry, guys. So, the pencil extender I have doesn't really work too well with the Prismacolors because they don't quite fit. So what I like to do is I just tape the ends of them, just little bits at a time until it's a little bit more snug inside the barrel. Now it won't fall out. So. Ooh, I'm excited to watch that. And yeah, Kim, I kind of understand though. I mean, not to say anything against you because I'm sure that you're a wonderful person, but sometimes the company that we keep kind of reflects badly on us. I am excited to watch that. I absolutely love how Dee Dee colors these girls. She gets like super creative, and like half the things that she does would be like way out of my comfort zone. I love how like she's got that just dive on in, don't really worry too much about it attitude. It's really inspiring. There's one of hers that I want to follow too. She has a Jasmine Becket girl. I think it was the okay, a pumpkin gift. I think I know which one that is. I'm pretty sure she did Poppy Magic. And I think I'm gonna go back eventually and maybe follow her on that one, because she did an absolutely amazing job. It was one with red flowers, I know. No, hun, I mean another streamer that you mod for. There's a certain name out there that if you're associated with, people are just automatically going to think less of you. I'm not going to say whether that's fair or not, but that's just how it is, so I myself decided to cut ties because I don't really need the bad image, for lack of a better way to put it. But if it's something that doesn't bother you, then it's nothing that you personally need to worry about. It shouldn't, but I don't know. I kind of understand on both sides. I understand why it does, but I also think it's kind of unfair that it does at the same time. It's kind of one of those very thin line situations. I know I was actually blocked from a couple streams because of my association with said person as well. Fair or not, who's to say? It was their choice, but I don't really like being dragged down because of somebody else, so oh, I never even thought of that, Rachel. It actually does, doesn't it? I like it even more now. What do you need, dude?
Hi.
Hi, what do you need, honey?
Daddy, I had noodles.
Oh, your daddy's making you noodles.
Uh-huh.
You lucky boy. Oh, thanks, sweetheart. What's that for?
I like your book.
Thank you.
Auto changing.
Those are skeletons.
Are you a witch?
She is.
Why is she doing it? Oh, she had a cat.
She does. She's got a little kitty in her lap.
Mayor green.
Green cat. I'll think about it.
Maybe blue. She looked pretty well in blue.
I'll think about it. We'll see. Thank you for the suggestions. Right, now you go play.
Hi,
I'm almost done.
guys.
Go enjoy your lunch, okay?
I'm not getting it.
Okay. Oh my goodness, that child just melts my heart. I don't know. The way I think of it is it's kind of like, you know, if my best friend decided to go and hang out with somebody that I really didn't like, I'm probably not going to fault my best friend for that. But if it started to affect me negatively, then that is my choice to remove myself from that situation. Well, even though this is YouTube, it's kind of real life too, Kim. It has the same kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Hi, Victoria. Thanks for being here, hun. Thanks, Jody. Yeah, exactly. It's not just the association, it's whether you mean to or not, it's basically supporting the actions, her actions. Which I will be the first to say I wanted to think what was going on wasn't true. But like I said in a previous stream, I reached out, I got information, I got evidence. So I can't really just pretend that it didn't happen because I have evidence that it did. So bye, Kimberly. Thanks for being here, hon. Hope to see you next time. Thank you, Victoria. I am very glad to hear that, Rachel. For the most part, there's just a few streamers out there who just seem to have drama follow them around, whether it be their fault or not. It's okay, Kim. I don't know if I mentioned, but I did switch to the light aqua now. I am glad too, Nicole. I'm glad to say that I am not really part of it anymore either. I'm sure there's probably still things going on, but I'm usually not privy to what's going on, nor do I really care. Well, I shouldn't say I don't care. I mean, if people are getting hurt, of course I care, but it's not really my business. Oh, hello you. What are you doing? Kitty interruption. Sorry if the camera is shaking. Miss Lilo's back on the shelf. Yes, you still, sweetie. Thanks, everybody. I am really loving it too. And I think we'll be able to finish this hat just in time. I usually can't stream for any longer than a couple hours because my phone battery does not last that long. Just like last time, I'm going to use this color just to kind of blend everything in together. Yeah, I've learned that myself. Especially because I walked away, for the most part, quietly, without saying much, and then instantly had my name thrown out there, so I wasn't very impressed with that. Apparently Hannah's been talked to as well, which I find funny because, well, I won't say, but basically Hannah knows everything that went on too. I made sure to tell her because said person was a big influential part of the Hannah Lynn group, and I didn't want her actions coming back on the group or Hannah herself, so... I actually had people wanting to leave the group over everything that went on, which really wasn't fair, so... Okay, I'm gonna go in with the light green now. Again, blend that into everything. The lighter colors anyways. For sure blend it over that light aqua. That's right, Jody, yep. That is her favorite spot, especially when I'm streaming. Well, that sucks, Rachel. I'm sorry to hear that. Thankfully, I haven't been bothered by any of the YouTube glitches yet. Knock on wood. But my phone battery is about the only thing that kind of gets in the way sometimes. Yep, light green to blend into the lighter blues anyways. I'm not going to bring it too far in because I want to keep the blues somewhat blue, and then I definitely want to keep that purple as well. Oh, sorry, Kitty's moving around again. Are you good now? You laying down? You're just so sweet. You're a good girl. Oh, well, maybe one day. I didn't start streaming until pretty recently. I was definitely way too shy, and that would have been way out of my comfort zone, but I was talked into it, so here we are, and I'm actually really glad that I was, because I quite enjoy it. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Victoria. Yeah, you were one of the people that I noticed. There was a few people that weren't really comfortable being in the group or near her in general, which, you know, I kind of do understand. But, you know, to me, like, I don't really want to say that the group is a job, but to me, it is important. It does reflect on an artist because it's dedicated to her, and it should be handled in a professional manner. So stuff like that, when it starts to affect the group and people in it, you know, that's when I had an issue. Okay, so there's her hat pretty much done. I'm just going to go back in with my light aqua here in the darker areas, and I'm just going to use this to kind of blend and burnish the darker colors together. Oh, thanks, Rachel. Glad to hear that. I have a very bad memory, but I'm sure I knew that. Oh, Tammy, you shouldn't let it stop you. I mean, if she's not letting all this drama stop her, why should it stop you? There was a friend, well, not really a friend, but someone came up to me and, you know, they mentioned some issues that they were having in life and wanted somebody to talk to. I couldn't really relate, but I thought Kayla could. And they actually, oh, sorry, I did not mean to say her name on stream, but most people know who we're talking about anyways, I guess. Anyways, I sent them her way because, you know, I figured maybe they could kind of talk. I know they had a lot of similar issues and stuff. And I don't know exactly what happened. She wouldn't really say, but basically they, I guess, must have thought that she was just spying on her or something. They booted her from the stream. She was pretty upset. She told me straight up she's not going back to that channel either. I was a little bit disappointed there. What was your name on here before, Robin? I don't know much about paper, Michelle, but from the sounds of it, that sounds like good paper. Hi, Coloring and Cats. Good morning. What time is it in Australia right now? It is... Oh, it's early there. It's about 6 in the morning, depending where you are. It's definitely way too early for me. Props to you for being up that early. Oh, 3 in the morning. My goodness. That's even worse. Yeah, I go by the Sydney time because that's where one of my friends in Australia lives. So I have one of my clocks set to that, so I know what time it is for her. Well, we're at 1 o'clock now. We got our hat done. Let's finish the stars and then we'll call it a day and we'll work some more on it next time. So I think a decision that we have to make, so they're going to be like brighter yellow stars, but should we do them one solid color or should we have a little bit of shading in them as well? Oh, just reading your comment now, May. I absolutely agree with that. Aside from her talking to Hannah about God knows what, I don't really know what else. She hasn't sent people to my stream. I haven't heard anything, so thankful for that at least. Hi, Amy. Good morning. Thanks for being here. Oh, a cool gel pen would be interesting too. Yeah, to go to that extent, I've heard about the letters and threats. It's just ridiculous. You know, especially the way that she's going about it, because it's pretty easy to just take a picture of something or screenshot something. So if she wants to keep claiming that she's innocent, she's not really going about it the right way. That's my opinion anyways. Whoop. You found it.
Part of it.
Oh no, that's okay.
I bet that little bead was what got something.
It's quite possible. Thanks, baby. I just found my belly ring. Part of it, anyways. I think what we should do, I like the idea of gold gel pen, but I think instead of that, let's go with stickles because they are super sparkly, and then we can still put a little bit of shading underneath and it will really stand through. So I'm gonna grab bronze. Actually, let's grab metallic gold, bronze, and I think I'm stuck between canary yellow or lemon yellow. Lemon yellow is like a really light color. Canary yellow is still bright, but it's more of a yellowish color. Yeah, stickles! Let's do both. I can't decide, so we'll do both. So first I'm going to take my metallic gold. That's the one I want, right? Yeah, the metallic gold. And I'm just going to pop this in on the left side of some of these stars. So depending on where the shadows are, since there's a shadow here, I'm going to put it in closer to the shadows. And these ones here, I think I'm just going to leave like that. So we'll have some different stars in here. Hi, Amy. Though I think I said hi before. Yeah, you were up in the chat before. Hi. I'm pretty sure it does, Rachel. Maybe I'm wrong and I'm just making extra work for myself, but I think it does. I guess it depends on like how heavy you put the stickles on. Maybe? I don't know. I guess we will find out for sure. Okay, and then after that, I'm going to come in with the bronze. I'm going to kind of go over the metallic gold. I'm going to bring this out just a little bit. I don't want it to be too dark. I want our lightest colors to really kind of stand out. Although if some of our stars are more in the shadowed areas, then it's not too big a deal. Kind of help add to our shading. I don't know. I don't think I will. I think I'm going to do just the stars. Because I think this band here will probably actually do yellow as well, I think. And I don't want this to be sparkly, so I think these two will just be the base colors. We'll use these same colors for them, but I don't think we're going to make them sparkle. We could use the metallic gel pen here, or maybe even some Gansai Tabi metallics for this part here. We can make this metallic, and then the stars with stickles, and then this just normal. Have a great day or night wherever you are too, Nicole. Thanks for being here, hun. Okay, next I'm going to take, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my canary yellow and I'm going to pop this in on most of these stars that are in the shadowed area. This one here, I've got that color in, but I'm going to leave a little bit of a highlight area for the lemon yellow. And that'll just kind of help kind of make the stars go with the fabric a little bit better, I think. I'm also just going to pop some of the canary yellow in on these middle stars as well, just a little bit. Did I, Tammy? Which one? Sorry, I just realized you guys can't really see the whole hat here. Apologies. Oh, okay. Okay, and then lastly, I'm going to take the lemon yellow and just pop that in where we haven't colored yet and kind of blend it into the canary yellow a little bit. Okay, there we go. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out my stickles, and this is just a gold stickles. I can't tell you the exact name of it because they don't have the names on them for some reason. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit on each star, just enough to make it sparkly, but not enough that it completely covers the star. So that way we will be able to still see a little bit of the shading coming through. And then I'm just going to use the nozzle of the stickles to kind of move the glitter around. Ooh, that looks so pretty. Sorry, you guys can't see again. Hi, Charlotte. Thanks for joining, hon. So I don't know if it'll show. You can kind of see that glitter a little bit already. Sorry, miss. I didn't know you were down there. Just put a little dot on some of these stars, and then I'll go in and move the glitter around. Now, normally I would probably do this part last, but I don't want to, so we're going to do it now. Way too impatient to wait. Thanks, everybody. No one wants to wait, Rachel. That's right. These are like the funnest parts of coloring a picture, is putting in all the glitter and the highlights and all the fun stuff. Oh, that was way too much. Take a little bit from this little bitty star and put it over here. Oh, and Kate is live. If any of you want to go join her stream. Oh, there's the notification. Sorry, that's loud. I always forget to turn my notifications down on my recording phone. if you guys want to head over there, go ahead. I'm just going to finish stickling up these stars, and then I'm going to put some Gansai Tambi watercolor on the brim of her hat, and we're going to be done. Oops. Got a little bit all over her hat there. Just use my nail to kind of move it back over onto the star. Hi, Fliss. Thanks for joining, hon. Sounds good, Charlotte. See you over there. Oh, and thanks, Fliss. I love these colors too. Oh, that's awesome, Robin. I do that too. I'll watch multiple people at once. Okay, so I don't want to keep it too long, so we'll dive on in here. I'm going to grab my watercolors here. So I have the 36 set of the Gansai Tambi watercolors, and they come with 3 colors, and I'm thinking do that one, the actual bright gold, not the bronze. So I'm just going to pull that pan out. I'm going to take a little spray bottle, and I'm just going to spray a little bit of water inside the pan. And then with a damp brush, I'm just going to grab some of that color. I'll just put that in over top here. It is a little bit too watered down, I think. See, I want more of a solid color here. There we go. Sorry guys, not paying attention to chat right now. There we go. So just quickly catch up on chat here. Me too, Victoria. It makes such a mess. Thanks, everybody. So here is our finished product for this stream. The metallic watercolor will become more metallic as it dries, but that's what we got so far. Let me just zoom out here. There we go. So we got quite a bit done. So next stream, we'll probably finish off her clothes and then work on her hair, I think. Again, I'm not sure if I'm going to be streaming Wednesday. If you're on Instagram, check my story out to find out. If not, if you get a notification, I'll be here. If not, I won't. If I do stream Wednesday, it'll probably only be for an hour though. So hopefully see you guys Wednesday. If not, I'll see you next Monday. But I will hopefully see you on Kate's stream. Okay. Take care, everybody. Thanks for being here. and I'll see you next time. Bye!